Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again. This is Ruben Perez with DentonRadio.com, and we are here live at the North Texas Fair Rodeo. We are so excited to be here. Today, we have our guest, our special guest is Mr. Jake Hooker and the Outsiders. Well, without the outsiders, they're outside. But we are so excited because he's here tonight. He'll be performing, and we just wanted to ask you a couple of questions, sir, just to ask you kind of like how you got here on your journey. And we don't have 10 days, which I'm sure you can tell us all about it. We have probably about 10 minutes, but in the meantime, we're going to ask you a couple of questions, and feel free to add anything else you like to it. But first and foremost, welcome to Denton.
Oh man, thank you. We love coming back to Denton. Everybody's so good to us at the fair every year. We've been able to do it for I want to say 7 or 8 years, maybe, I think. And so, yeah, it's like coming home is what it feels like. Everybody's so good to us. Yeah.
Oh, you heard it here. It's like coming home.
You bet.
So, growing up in traditional country music, you listened to your father's band, and that pretty much got you into the family music business. But a question for me is, I think I heard that you started playing bass at 7 years old, and then you kind of came onto your own sound along the years. How did you identify or discover that?
You know, it's funny you ask because we just lost a pioneer in our music. Johnny Bush passed away a couple of days ago. And so when I was in high school, I would listen to those records, Johnny Bush records and Ray Price records and stuff as well, but Johnny Bush records. And I would just dissect them and really get into it and transcribe all that stuff. And that kind of groomed me, I guess you'd say, musically. And that's how the sound came about. It's a variation between Johnny Bush, Bob Wills, Ray Price, and all that stuff kind of mixed in together. And of course, my dad, like I said, I grew up with my dad's a fantastic singer, and so I wanted to emulate him. And so that's how it all came together. And the older I get, the more comfortable I get in my sound, I guess you'd say. You know? Yeah. I used to kind of try to sound like everybody else, but now I try to sound like me. So.
Well, that's great.
Whatever that sounds like.
Well, you're doing a great job of it.
Well, thanks.
And well, thank you for sharing that. That's actually a great story. And then at the age of 14, you started your own band.
You bet.
So just let's let the audience know and our viewers know, how did you come about that? Were you just with a bunch of friends hanging out and say, hey, you guys want to get in a band? And like,
well,
how did that
for
happen?
sure, yeah. I lived in Pecos at the time, West Texas guy. And so Aldo Ramon and Mark Alvarez were my friends. We were best friends in Pecos. And Mark played drums and sang, and Aldo played guitar and saxophone, and he went on to play with Menudo. Yeah, you bet. So we played birthday parties and stuff. When we would just get together and we played all the time. That's all we did, us three. And so that's how it started, and then it kind of grew as in high school. Got to play high school type dances and things like that. So yeah, it just started. Everybody's got to start somewhere down there. But yeah, it's great. It was Jake, Aldo, and Mark. The name of our band was Jam.
Wow. Love it.
I don't tell everybody that. No, but it was great. We had a good time.
Okay, well, great. Well, fast forwarding a little bit, in 1998, you moved to Fort Worth.
Yes, sir.
And that's when you signed with
Southland
Records.
Yes, sir.
And you've been with them since?
Well, up until, I can't remember what year it was, but Steve Reed was the man's name.
Correct.
He passed away. And so and he was Southland Records. It was a one-man deal, and he was a great guy and gave me an opportunity to cut records. And I think we cut 4 or 5 records on Southland label. And he's the one, he's responsible for giving me a chance.
Right, and taking your music to another level.
For sure, yes, sir.
And you have a strong following in the DFW Metroplex area and beyond, obviously.
You bet.
But who are some of the people that you listen to? Like, what are some of the groups that you listen to when you're not listening to your own music?
Oh, I never listen to my own music.
Oh, really?
No, not a bit. Same. You know, I'm a fan of the music, of the style of music that we do. Bob Wills type stuff, Western swing. Like I said, the straight traditional country is what I lean toward, you know, and I listen to big band Sinatra and Tony Bennett and stuff like that, and good jazz, like bebop, like good jazz. Since we're in Denton, I've got to say this: there's good jazz and there's bad jazz. You know, we got the best jazz school in the country right here at Denton, right?
That's right.
There's still good jazz and bad jazz. So I like the good jazz, yeah. But yeah. So But yeah, all kinds, man. If it's good, it's good. No matter what it is, I think,
That
So,
is
yeah.
very well said. When it's good, it's good.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah. Well, speaking of good, we're really, really excited to have you back here at the
Thank you.
North Texas Fair and Rodeo and back in Denton. We would love to welcome you anytime you're back in town to come to DentonRadio.com. We have the studio right on the square.
Awesome.
And we would love to just talk about anything that you like. But right now, why don't you tell our viewers what you got going on? Do you have anything new coming up or anything? Could be personally or professionally or both.
Sure, thank you. Hopefully a new project coming up in a few. I've got some things in the works where we're going to do another gospel album and maybe a cowboy album, and then kind of a dance hall album. The stuff that we do and the people that we get to travel around, mainly in Texas is where we go. But the dancers is who we kind of play for. We play for dance crowds, and just like tonight, it's kind of more of a show, but there'll be a lot of dancers out there, and
they
so
will be.
right, and that's kind of our thing, and
Okay.
so we that's what I grew up doing, and that's what hopefully we'll have some new material coming out for too long.
Fantastic. Well, thank you again for being here with us. If you have any social media that you'd like to shout out here that we can follow you on or people can follow you on, let us know.
Sure, probably just Facebook. Jay Cooker and the Outsiders on Facebook, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you again. Have a great time tonight, and
You
please
bet.
welcome back and continue blessings and continue
You bet.
success to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.